In this video, I'm talking about some of the biggest mistakes that YouTubers make to hopefully give you some insight on things that you probably shouldn't be doing on your channel. And I'm not doing this alone. I've teamed up with an awesome group of creators, and I thought this was a great opportunity to hear from some other creators on mistakes that they've made on their channels as they were getting going, as they've been building it, and things that they wish that they could have avoided if they started right now. Let's get into it. So this is an awesome event. Sony brought us all together here in Montana, test out some Sony cameras, just hang out with other creators. And it's just a great opportunity to meet with each other and kind of just chat YouTube. And I think it's a great chance for you guys to learn from a lot of creators and just hear from other people that are doing this full time and seeing some of the mistakes that they've made as they've been building their channels. So I was walking through this beautiful forest and I just ran into Sara.
Wow, it's so convenient to find you out here. Do you have a question for me?
Maybe what your biggest mistake is on YouTube?
Yes, okay, I have a good one. So, in the big days of vlogging, everyone said you have to daily vlog. It's about quantity. You gotta get out as much content as possible. And it honestly stopped all momentum of my channel because I wasn't worried about making quality stuff or things I actually enjoyed. I was only worrying about quantity. Now, it's great to look back and say, hey, I can do that. I can produce 5 videos a week for like 8 months. That's a great thing to be able to do. You test your work ethic, and I got a few cool videos. It's good to look back on life and remember certain things. However, it almost killed me. It left me so uninspired because I wasn't making the projects I actually wanted to make. So I think we're in a beautiful time where the algorithm can actually work in your favor. It's not just the enemy. You can go away for 3-4 weeks, work on a poppin' video, and if you got a good thumbnail title, you deliver with good content, a good video, you're back. You don't have to upload every single day in order to be a relevant content creator anymore. So, boom.
So focus on quality, not quantity.
Boom.
Thanks, Sara.
Of course.
Hey. Oh, hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
I just found Sidney, and he's got something for you. What's your biggest mistake?
Oh man, so many. But for me, I wish I would have focused more on my audience retention, because that little graph where you see the drop off where your audience just stops watching, it's not a bad thing because it kind of tells you what you should do differently with your next videos. And so maybe don't do such a long intro, maybe just get straight to the point, or just say real quickly in one sentence, hey guys, this is what this video is going to be about. Watch to the end because I got a giveaway happening. So when I change up my content based on that little graph, like my audience retention just grew. And so my average watch time is like 6 minutes compared to like 1.5 minutes. Pay attention to your analytics. They tell you everything you need to know. Don't feel bad about yourself when you see the decline in the graphs. Like, look at it and learn from it, and then you're only gonna get better.
I'm gonna add on to that. So with your audience retention, what you're looking for is dips. So what he's talking about is that graph you could see from beginning to end how long people are watching your video. And what you're looking for is when they drop off. If they drop off at the beginning, that means you have a low audience retention. He's getting about 6 minutes, which that means that he's getting a very solid audience retention, and 6 minutes means YouTube's gonna keep recommending your content more and more. So pay attention to your audience retention. If you are not getting a high audience retention, you're getting like a minute, but you have 10-minute long videos, then look and see what's happening within your video and why people are clicking off. Boom. Everywhere you turn, there's more creators at this thing.
What's up, Jeven's audience? We're Becki and Chris. I'm Chris, she's Becki.
I thought you were Becki. We make videos about
things that we're interested in.
Yeah, mostly photography and video, but helicopter stuff, travel, home decor,
just
everything.
Yeah. His question to us was, what's your biggest regret?
Biggest mistake.
Biggest mistake. Okay.
What's your biggest regret?
I have so many regrets, but no mistakes.
20 minutes later, he's like, I have no card space left. Shut the fuck up. Okay, we're gonna go right
I'm cut from this. I'm gonna go return this lens.
You're fired.
Because I have no regrets.
Okay. The biggest mistake we made when we were starting out was titling our videos too specific to the content of the video that didn't make any sense for the audience. And what I mean by that is, if the video was about, say it was like a vlog and we were teaching about landscape photography and something funny happened, we'd name the vlog something about the thing that was funny. Like, you'd never believe what he did. And nobody cares. When you have 500 followers or whatever, nobody knows who he is. and that's not going to show up in the search engine. So we should have called it how to do landscape photography or how to shoot whatever we were shooting, and then titled it for the algorithm, titled it for SEO. We didn't do that. So it took us a long time to grow our channel, I think, because we didn't really care. And looking back, I think we should have cared more about titles.
Okay, I have some other creators here and they want to tell you their biggest mistakes. So what's your biggest mistake? All right, so I got another guy for you. I got Cody, and he's gonna tell you his biggest mistake.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Cody Blue. My channel is like cinematic filmmaking, Sony cameras, and like outdoor adventure type stuff. But my biggest mistake on YouTube was shooting things that I thought people wanted me to shoot and thought they wanted to see on my channel, when really I should have just been shooting the stuff that I wanted to shoot, because it seems like that's what people like more of anyways. So shoot what you want to shoot and not what you think your audience wants you to shoot. Just do whatever you want, you'll enjoy it more, and your channel will be more successful.
Hey friends, this is Brandon here from This Is Tech Today, and one of the biggest mistakes I made when I started making YouTube videos was making content without any intentionality. You have to know who you're targeting and why you're making the video.
All right, I just ran into my friends from The Endless Adventure, and they're gonna tell you what their biggest mistake was.
I feel like our biggest mistake when we started our channel was that we were just kind of throwing content out there and just filming our day. And then once we tried to really find a niche, we tried to find specific videos that resonated with our audience. So we would do tours of cities, city guides, we would do food tours and stuff like that, staying in weird, quirky places. And ultimately, the food videos hit really well. Now we've done enough of those weird, strange places that those videos do really well.
Yeah, when we first started, we would just go out not really with a point to the day, and I feel like for us it didn't work. Our content suffered because of it, because we thought that we were entertaining enough, and we personally weren't. Maybe you are, but I think it works just a lot better for us to have a goal for the day and something that we're wanting to accomplish, and then a niche, which is food, which is great.
I really think that once we made that change, that's when our channel started to really pick up.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Being intentional.
All right, I just ran into Henry, and he's gonna give you one of his biggest mistakes.
All right, so when I first started out on YouTube, I was actually pretty young at the time, and one of the biggest tips I can give to beginners who are actually just getting into it is definitely be true to yourself, kind of be genuine. Don't go chasing after the views, because I feel like I was kind of view hungry at the very beginning. That was the only thing I was kind of focused on, and that kind of led to my content not reflecting who I really was. But now I've actually been able to kind of align myself with what I truly like and create content that I truly care about, regardless of the views and stuff like that. So I think that's one of my biggest tips for you guys. Be genuine, and I think that's when the best will come out of you.
All right, I'm gonna switch out the camera and go get an A7 III. Try something a little different. Okay, so I just ran into Aldrin, and he's got another tip for you guys.
Hey, my name is Aldrin Estacio. My channel is flightpath.com, and I really started my channel around drones. I started flying drones a long time ago, and just wanted to start sharing everything that I did and learned when I started flying drones. Started putting it online and ended up kind of building an audience around that. And I think the biggest thing I learned at the time was not to overthink equipment and kind of hold yourself back from thinking that, oh, I need the best stuff, I need the best stuff. Most of my channel when I started was literally done with my phone and a point and shoot camera, and I still like using my phone and point and shoot camera because it's such an easy thing to do and use. So first thing I would say is definitely don't overthink that you need the best gear. Start with what you have, watch people's channels, understand what you need to do to up your level every single time, and I think definitely do that as you start to progress, but don't limit yourself in thinking that you need the high-end gear.
Hey guys, my name is SWOOP. My channel is SWOOP. I am a filmmaker, and I also do a mix of scripted meets reality, just kind of crazy life content and cinema vlogs. Probably my biggest mistake when I was getting started on YouTube was fighting the system. There's always going to be a certain level of having to work with the system, with the algorithm, with what the platform wants. And because I was always approaching it as a filmmaker and I always want to make different content all the time, that can wind end up hurting you because YouTube doesn't know where to classify you and how to fit you, and it really needs that data in order to push you out to the right audiences. So if you can experiment and play around and actually create some type of episodic content or some kind of consistent format where YouTube knows when you upload, they know exactly what audiences to push it, that's really going to help your growth in the long term and also build much more audience engagement, and they're going to know what to expect from you. And you can still incorporate elements of creativity and like generally like gradually transitioning them into different styles, because of course you don't want to do the same thing all the time, but you got to know that there is some level where you need to work with the platform so it knows how to identify you.
What's going on, guys? My name is Ryan Cow, and here on YouTube I create content sharing my journey and developing as a content creator, my journey and experiences as becoming a full-time freelancer, and some of the things I encounter, and giving help to you guys and advice to you creators and pursuing that yourselves. So one of the biggest mistakes I first made when starting out YouTube was comparing myself too much to other people. You know, I had a lot of favorite creators that I would watch all the time, and I would be like, my videos are so cool, but those are so much better, and like, it doesn't look as good, and so I get caught up in this sort of perfectionist mindset. The other thing that I really struggled with was watching the numbers too much, paying attention too much to my analytics, watching my subscribers come in 1, maybe 2 a day when I was first getting started, watching the views too much. That's not stuff you should be concerned about when you're first getting into it. You should really be concerned about finding what inspires you, getting out and creating and enjoying it. Caring about it for the numbers or for the money, or, you know, comparing yourself to other creators can be a very toxic mindset.
All right, it's not the biggest mistake, but it's one I regret. So when you get the opportunity to meet other content creators and you're excited, it's either at like a brand deal or one of these sponsored events, and you meet these other YouTubers and then you immediately try to do a collab with them, I would say pump the brakes a little bit. Get to know these people first. They may know your work. It's kind of cool to build a real friendship first and then worry about the collab stuff later. If you guys have chemistry, you'll know and it'll just click. And I think trying to force something like that is a mistake. That's it.
I just ran into a couple of guys here. I got Max and Taylor, and they're gonna tell you their biggest mistakes.
What's going on, y'all? My name's Taylor Moore. My channel's Taylor Moore 4K, and I focus on tech reviews, tutorials. I would say from day one, the thing I didn't know but I learned from guys like Josh Yo and other good friends is your camera. I mean, most cell phones and other cameras out there, they're really capable, and what we don't think about is audio and lighting. If you really nail your audio, it'll cover a lot of mistakes even on the video front, and people will still stay engaged a little bit more effectively. And then lighting. Even your iPhone is really, really a capable camera, and if you learn to nail lighting from really early on, your video quality is gonna go up so much faster.
I think for me, it was trying to do too many different things. So targeting different audiences, trying to do well at this thing, that thing, and something else too. Instead of really choosing 1 or 2 things and really focusing on doing the best job I can and on creating videos for people that want to watch those things.
All right, so Gerald's over here and he's got a mistake for you guys.
Hey everybody, I'm Gerald Undone. I make a YouTube channel where I focus primarily on like really nerdy details on cameras and lenses and that kind of thing. My advice, I guess, to be based on something that I wish that I did when I first started out, I'm gonna butcher an expression, but there's this expression I remember where it's like, the best time to plant a giant tree is 100 years ago, and the second best time is today. And that's kind of how I feel about YouTube, is I think that there was a long period of me kind of, you know, humming and hawing about it, and I kind of wish that in the beginning that I would have just went for it sooner and harder, because when I see where I am now, I can't help but think, what if I would have done this sooner? So my best advice is you can't go back in time, so start hard now, right now, if you can.
All right, I just found Dunna, and he has a mistake for you guys.
What's up, guys? I'm Dunna from Dunna Did It, and my mistake is that for the first about year of my channel, I focused really heavily on vlogging, and I didn't even really necessarily know it was a mistake at the time, but like, I really wanted to grow a channel. And if you want to grow a channel, trying to find content that is more searchable than something like vlogs, like if nobody knows you, they're not gonna search for what's going on in your life. So that was kind of the mistake that I made to start with. later on, I found out that I liked talking about camera gear, so I started to use that to my advantage. And now my channel can kind of be a little bit about the camera gear, and I can slip in some vlogs here and there because now that I've grown the channel, there are more people that care about what's going on in my life.
I'm gonna add on to that as well. Like, I started my channel as a vlog channel as well. I started out as a travel vlogger, over 200 travel vlogs in the first year. And I started realizing that, yes, search-based traffic is how you grow a channel. So my first kind of dabble with that was finding topics around travel that people were searching for. So things to do in Thailand, or places to go, or a specific location, or a beach, or something like that. But honestly, when it comes down to it, you have to do what you're passionate about. And that was one of my biggest mistakes, is not going after what I was passionate about right from the get-go. I started with travel thinking that that's what I wanted to do. But in reality, I really care about filmmaking, I really care about telling stories, and I really care about doing kind of documentary stuff. So doing a channel that's based around filmmaking, photography, and also just, you know, helping you guys as creators tell your stories is where I found my passion. And now I'm able to start doing more of the documentary work that I've always wanted to do. And I've got some pretty interesting things on the horizon for this channel, some cool stuff. One of the biggest things to remember just overall is that we all make mistakes, and you need to just learn from your mistakes. So don't worry about making mistakes. Don't worry about mistakes that you've made on your channel, or that if you're currently doing anything right now that might seem like a big mistake. The key is just learn from the things that you're doing, because that's the way that you're gonna be able to keep improving. And all of us have made mistakes on our channel. All of us have learned from the things that we do. So my biggest tip when it comes to growing your channel, building your YouTube brand, whatever it is that you want to do on the platform, is that you just have to keep moving forward. Consistency and action are going to eventually pay off for you. And if you're making mistakes, just pay attention and learn from those mistakes, and learn from your community. And one of the coolest things about the YouTube community is that all of us work together. All of us are here at Camera Camp, and we've just been talking YouTube, we've just been talking cameras. So find those people that are creating content similar to yours and reach out, have conversations with them. And don't worry if they're bigger than you, smaller than you. We're all human, and we're all just trying to make our impact in this space, and we can all do it together. And that is one of the coolest things about YouTube. If you want to see more videos about YouTuber mistakes or anything else like that, I've got some other videos and you can check them out right here. And I will see you on the next one. Also, this Sony is actually pretty nice to work with. Maybe I'll switch someday.